choose your direction of your life. Now, I invite Ms. Elizabeth Alexander, head of the department and backbone of this program, for welcome speech and introduce the resource person.
Thank you, Dijon. Thank you for the invitation. Respected Tomiso, Father Lijin, Gijo, Albert, and my dear colleagues and all the students who have participated here. A warm good evening to one and all. As we all know, one of the main scope of social work profession is migration and study abroad. So most of the students join in this course mainly to migrate to another country. So every year, our department is organizing a session or a seminar on migration and study abroad opportunities for our MSW students. So this year, we are truly lucky to associate with T&D Global Recruitment. So today we have with us Tommy Sebastian sir, Managing Director of T&D Global Recruitment Limited. And I think I should mention a few words about him. He is the founder of UK Malayali Social Workers Forum, and under the banner of this association, they are doing so many social welfare programs in UK and in India. So he is basically from Todupuzha, and he completed his master's in social work from Don Bosco College, Madras. And he also passed PG diploma in public relations and currently working as service manager, children's social care, London. Dear Tommy sir, we are truly blessed to have you with us in this hour. And on behalf of K College, Mananam, and our management and all the participants who are present here, welcome sir to this program.
Thank you.
And I welcome all the participants, dear colleagues and dear students and other participants from outside. Welcome all to this program. Thank you.
So can I start now? Is there any other formality before I start? Legend?
Yes, sir, you can start, I think.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. This is a great honor and privilege to work in partnership with the PG Department of Social Work in K College, Mananam. And before I start, I would like to express on behalf of T&D Global Recruitment our sincere thanks and gratitude to Elizabeth Madam for being a real inspiration and motivation for all the participants, including me, to conduct this program today. Especially the students' representative, Father Lijin, Dijo, and Albert, and all the department. And I welcome all the participants. I'm not sure whether I need to speak fully in English or can I speak in Malayalam. If anybody don't understand Malayalam, I'm quite happy to speak in English. Otherwise, I'm going to use both, a combination of Malayalam and English. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint presentation for you now. So this is going to be a program for approximately 1 hour 30 minutes. Can somebody say that you can see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so I will briefly tell the purpose of this seminar. I know that it is currently being live streamed through Facebook and YouTube. So if anybody could not join, they can view this program on live stream. Okay, the objectives of this program today: to understand the social work practice and legislation in the UK. So I studied in the social work field from Don Bosco, as I mentioned. Thank you very much for the warm welcome and introduction for me. When I studied social work in Don Bosco College, Madras, I did not anticipate I was going to practice in the UK. I came to the UK as a dependent of my wife. She was recruited as a nurse to the UK to work in the National Health Service in the UK in the year 2002. And I joined as a dependent husband. And before coming to the UK, I got my registration to work in the UK as a social worker. So I was lucky to practice my social work in the UK since 2004. That is nearly 16 years now. So I can explain my experience of coming to the UK. So there is a big difference between social work practice in India and in UK. The main difference is social work in the UK is regulated and controlled by a regulatory authority. I will be explaining that in the coming slide. Then I will be talking about the further studies and social work job opportunities in the UK. I think there are many Indian social workers, especially from Kerala. Nearly 250 Malayali social workers are currently working in the UK. So I can explain the various aspects of the job, the legislations, everything. Then I will explain about the professional registration. The registration body is called Social Work England. Then finally, I will finish maybe with some 45-50 minutes, and you will get half an hour to ask any questions and answers. This is the way we planned this program today. Okay, I will briefly mention about T&D Global Recruitment Limited. I am not sure whether any other recruitment company like ours are offering this type of, especially social work career guided seminar. My understanding and my strong belief, our company is the only recruitment company offering this free seminar across India in partnership with the colleges, social work colleges like yours. So the reason is I'm the managing director and I am a qualified social worker practicing in the UK. I'm sure I am confident I can explain you the process very well. So if you get any help and support from any other agencies, please don't say no. Please accept their help and support and let me know. Okay. T&D Global Recruitment Limited is a registered company in the UK and in India. We have a license from the External Affairs Ministry, Government India for overseas recruitment. If you go to our website, you can see the registration number, or if you can go to the government website, you can see. We have offices in India, that is in Kerala, Thodupuzha, that is my hometown. And we have office in the UK, where I am currently delivering this seminar. We recruit medical professionals, that is doctors, nurses, and also we are planning to recruit social workers if we get a contract and other skilled professionals. Our main aim is to help and support students to come to the UK, America, Australia, and other countries on study visa. And we have contract with 50 UK universities. And we also do medical tourism and tour and holiday packages. This is all about T&D Global Recruitment Limited. Okay, so I would like to start this seminar reminding you about the definition, global definition of social work profession. I'm sure if you are a student or you are a qualified social worker, you will be very familiar with this definition, because each word and sentence has absolute in-depth meaning. So I thought it is better to reflect on the definition of social work and why social work is a global profession. Social work is a practice-based profession and an academic discipline that promotes social change and development, social cohesion, that word is absolutely important, and the empowerment and liberation of people. This is the one I like most in this definition. Empowerment and liberation of people. What a powerful word. Are we going to empower and liberate people? If you practice social work in India, there are a lot of opportunities. But if you come to the UK to see the social work practice, this is an absolute priority, empowerment and liberation of people. And we practice wherever we practice, and we make sure principles of social justice, human right, collective responsibility, and respect for diversities. And social work is underpinned by theories of social work, social sciences, humanities, and indigenous knowledge. Social work engages people and structure to address life changes and enhance well-being. This is another word, enhance well-being. The above definition may be amplified at national, regional, and global level. So wherever we go, this definition is the main definition of social work practice. And UK is one of the best country, I will say the first country or best country to practice social work because of its strong legislation and the systems. Okay, this will be a 90 minutes presentation, and you will get a copy of my presentation through Elizabeth Madam and the students representative. There is no need, but if you have any doubt, please make a note so you can ask that questions end of the presentation. Okay, so I would like to start with the demography of UK. United Kingdom, it's a combination of 4 nations. It's not 4 separate countries, but within UK, England and Wales is 1, Scotland and Northern Ireland. This is the combination. That is why UK is called United Kingdom. England and Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. The total population is around 65 million. That means 6.5 crore, double the population of Kerala. And 87% of the people are white British. And 13% are from other ethnic background, migrated people, 13. A number of counties in England and Wales, 48 county or states or district. And Scotland has few other, but I mainly mentioned about England and Wales, 48. London is the council, the biggest council and the capital of UK. You know that London has 33 councils, all independent with the self-governing bodies. The reason I mentioned about this number of states and counties and councils, if you come to the UK to practice as a social worker, you will be making an application to one of these counties or councils, not to a general application to the UK. So you have to go to the individual website of any of these counties and these councils. So that is very important for you to remember. Okay, so you will be interested to see this map of United Kingdom, because this is a country, is a small island like surrounded by water, sea. That you can see there is no land boundary for UK. Unlike India, India has boundary like Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan. But here UK has no land boundary. It is an island. So that is a beauty. You can see the Scotland and you can see England here, Wales there. It's a beautiful country, a welfare state. So it will be an absolute privilege if you can come to the UK, even for a visit or for study or for employment, because it's a very welcoming country with equality and diversity, not like any other country. One of the best in the world welcoming people around the world. That is why this country is attracting a lot of students to study for further education. There are 150 world-class universities in the UK. Okay, Social Work England. So this is the regulatory body which provide license and registration to social workers. Previously, it was called HCPC, Health and Care Profession Council, until December 2019. But in 2019, social work profession has been separated from HCPC. There are total 13 or 14 professions in HCPC. Psychologist, occupational therapist, pharmacist, physiotherapist, but all other remains in HCPC, but social work is now under Social Work England. So if you wanted to come to the UK, I will explain the registration process. This is the regulatory body in England and Wales. Scotland has their own body. Northern Ireland has a separate body. I'm mainly talking about England and Wales. Okay, it has power to investigate allegation against social workers. You will be surprised. This body is very powerful because registration, they will make sure the registrants are maintaining their registration and their practice are absolute high standard. The next slide, I will explain about the practice standard. I don't think India has a regulatory body. You can tell me if I am wrong. And India has no regulatory body, social work body. Social work is not a approved regulatory profession in India. I heard that this is started. The process has begun. And CAPS, the Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers, they are doing a lot of work behind. I know one of my best friend and one of the professors, you know, Aip Varghese. He is a partner of our program in the UK. And I'm sure a lot of you, including Elizabeth Madam, is the Kottayam District Chapter President or Secretary. So you are doing an amazing work to get it done. Well, okay, best wishes for that if you can do, so that you can be competent and confident like a profession in India, just like UK. Then this Social Work England is also monitor and make sure the registrants maintain their registration through continuous professional development. It is called CPD. So registration has to be renewed every year. In order to register or renew the registration, you need to make sure you provide evidence online on Social Work England. You have a separate CPD page, every social work registrants in the UK. So you need to prove that you have attended some training for the training, you read some books, you attended a meeting or training or a meeting with your, anything you can include as your evidence of continuous professional development. 4 entries are minimum required every year. Otherwise, the registration will not be renewed. So this is about Social Work England. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the registration requirements for overseas qualified social workers like you and me. Okay, I mentioned I got my registration before I went to the UK in 2002. But anybody qualified outside the UK, and if your English is not your first language, especially India, English is not the first language, it is a compulsory you have an English language test, that is IELTS academic 7 score. The first requirement, you must have a degree or master's degree in social work from a recognized university or college. KE college is recognized by UGC. So anybody from that college is eligible. Then you must have academic score 7. And there is a non-refundable registration fee of £495. You need to make that payment online. So that is approximately 50,000 Indian rupee. And you need to produce your degree certificate and some documents about your college, address of the college and university, a full transcript showing all the modules you studied. Really important. I'm sure Elizabeth Madam will make sure the students from KE College will get a transcript, a template. It is not the degree certificate. It is showing your fieldwork experience and modules in a couple of pages. It's a necessary document. Then your address proof passport. Go to the website, Social Work England, and you can register by using a password. Then you can upload all these documents, make the fee. Within 2, maximum 3 months, you will get your registration. The Social Work England will contact your school or college or university to make sure you are the genuine student. You completed your study from there. Your certificate is not fraud. So that is the process. So if you are planning to come to the UK, the first step, get the registration with the Social Work England. Okay, if you are not planning to practice social work in the UK, but if you wanted to come and study and go back to India, then there is another route called study visa route, which I will explain later. But if you have your registration, then you can make application from India, from Kerala, from Kottayam. So I will explain the registration process, and you can make application. And the next slide will explain the social work key practice areas. Unlike India, UK has no social work degree course and no specialization. UK has masters, MA social work, and MSc social work 1 year for further study, a career top-up. Okay, so in India, we have social work practice and specialization like medical and psychiatry, human resource, community development, children and family. I completed my specialization in youth welfare from Don Bosco. So that was in 1990, 30 years back when I qualified. That was the first time in India a specialization called youth welfare has been introduced, because you know that Don Boscos are working with youth, they are specializing. So I was the first batch fortunate to have that specialization. But UK, the course is generic. But when we come to the job, UK has practice specialization. For example, children and families. Any children under the age of 18 that is coming under children and families. Adult social care, that is anybody over the age of 18 up to whatever age. Then mental health, anybody with a mental health problem, that is with adult, 18 plus. And hospital social work team. Every hospital in the UK has a hospital social work team. The hospitals in the UK, there is no private hospitals, only government hospital called NHS, National Health Service. So every hospital has a social work team. If any people admitted in hospital, older people with any difficulties, physical impairment, dementia, Alzheimer's, if they cannot safely discharge home, it is the responsibility of the hospital social work team to offer an assessment and make sure they have right and sufficient care plan to provide care at home. If they cannot go home safely because they are living alone, it is a responsibility of the state government to provide them sufficient 24-hour care in a care home So that is why hospital social work team is really important. Then anybody with learning disability, children, then fostering, another speciality team, children taken into care. If they can't remain in the care of the parents, I will explain in the next slide why and how children come into foster care. And there is another team called adoption team, doing the adoption work. Leaving care service. Any children coming into care after their 18th birthday, the law will make sure they are supported. They will not be left alone. 18 plus children after a period of accommodation in the government care, that is the team. So just imagine you can apply for the social work in any field. Don't worry about your specialization. For example, if your specialization is medical and psychiatry, preferably mental health is the best place for you to make an application. If you have children and family, child and family, children and families, and if you have community development, it is better for go for adult social care. But UK, during your interview, you will not be treated differently just because your specialization. You can apply anywhere, any field of this key practice area. That's really important. Okay, so I'm just going to speak about the ASYE program. It is called Assisted and Supported Year in Employment. That is the short form ASYE, Assisted and Supported Year in Employment. This is a one-year program specifically for the newly qualified social workers. It is a job guaranteed scheme. Job guaranteed means any newly qualified social worker from UK universities, it is a policy of the UK government, they must be given priority for employment. So every department, newly qualified social worker will have 1 or 2 vacancies. And each council will have a separate recruitment campaign for newly qualified social workers every year. So that is that you will be specifically supported by a senior social worker during that program. You will have a protected caseload. Protected means normally a social worker will be working with 20 to 25 families. But newly qualified social worker during the 1 year program, first year, they will be given 50% of the caseload. For example, instead of 15 family, maybe 10 families. And you need to complete a portfolio. End of year, you will be permanently promoted as a social worker. The reason I tell about ASYE program, just for any newly qualified social workers from KE College, anywhere, from the last 2 years, for example, somebody qualified in 2020 or 2021, you will be looking, if you have registration, this route. Instead of experienced social workers, you can apply for newly qualified social worker route. If you have experience, more than 3 years of plus experience, there is no need to go for this route. But just I'm mentioning for your experience and information. Okay, I hope you remember I mentioned about the professional standards, social work England. There are 6 standards for all social workers working in the UK or those who have applied for registration. This is really important. And Social Work England will closely monitor through your employer whether you demonstrate these basic standards as a social worker in the UK. So this is absolutely important. So please go to the website after this study of this seminar and have a read because it is well explained. I have only taken the heading. So first standard, promote the right, strength and well-being of people, families and communities. That is the basic of our work. Second one, establish and maintain the trust and confidence of people. Then be accountable for the quality of my practice and the decision I make. Fourth one, maintain my continuing professional development. I mentioned, you remember CPD. Make sure that is a standard 4 in order to renew your registration. Standard 5, practice safely with respect and professional integrity. Absolutely important. 5, if you are not open and honest and your integrity is questioned, that is a trouble. Then promote ethical practice and report any concerns. Every decision you make, it should be an ethical decision because you will be working with vulnerable people and the most disadvantaged people in the community. So you need to promote their welfare and well-being. So it needs to be an impartial, non-judgmental, ethical practice. This is absolutely important in the UK. So this is the 6 standards. Okay, So now I am going to explain the knowledge and skills you required. I mentioned the key knowledge and skills, but the list is not complete. But this is the most important skills or knowledge. When I go through this one, I humbly request the participants to compare whether you have these skills or knowledge. If you are a student, you may have some level. If you're an experienced social worker, just compare. So that if you say, oh, I have all this knowledge and skills, you are the right person to make an application for registration and apply for a job in the UK. Most welcome. Okay. Professional relationship with the clients and service users. That's the first knowledge and skill. Are you able to make or maintain and establish professional relationship with confidence? Are you able to do effective direct work with children and families and adults? Direct work means speak to them, social work practice like casework, group work, counseling, even telephone call, face-to-face meeting, effective communication. This is really important, effective communication. That is why you need to demonstrate you have English language academic 7, but that doesn't matter. You may be good in having examination and getting mark. When we come to the actual communication, can you write a report? Can you chair a meeting? Can you effectively speak English? Because you are going to practice social work with English community, and your English must be a good standard. So I can reflect about my background. I studied in a normal Malayalam medium school in Todupuzha, in my hometown, a place called Chilavu. And I never spoke English during my school days, college days, until I completed my social work. Because I studied in Madras, that's the first time I started talking in English. It was a struggle. When I came to UK, I did not even understand some of the communication. So I struggled. So started watching BBC News and started reading the report written by other social workers. And within a year, I thought my English got better. So many of you listening me maybe studied in English medium school. I hope and I trust your English will be a high standard. So that is really important. Then understand the child development, knowledge of social work theory and practice. Social work theory, when I say attachment theory, system theory, leadership theory, psychoanalytic theory, and practice models. There are different models. For example, systemic model, science of safety model. So you need to be absolutely clear the different models that is being used in UK. Then you need to have sound knowledge about mental health problem, substance misuse, that is drug, alcohol, domestic violence. In Malayalam, we call Garhika Pedanam, because these three issues are absolutely crucial in the UK. There are many people struggle and suffer because of mental health, substance misuse, and domestic violence. When we go for assessment, social workers, if we come across these three issues in a family, this is highly dangerous. There should be absolutely risk assessment and safety plan. So it is called toxic trio in our social work language in UK. Toxic means very, very serious, toxic. Trio means 3. So if you come across in a family, mental health, parents has mental health, and if they have substance misuse, and if they have domestic violence, we need to be very clear. Social workers needs to be very, very critical about supporting that family, especially the children in that family. Then knowledge and abuse of neglect of children, ability to carry out assessments. Every computer, every local authority will have a computerized assessment system. I will explain about the child assessment system later. The analysis, decision making, sound knowledge of relevant legislation, I will explain in the next slide. Role of supervision and organizational context. Organization means where you are going to work, one of the 72 councils or counties. So these are the basic knowledge and skills. So I'm sure you now compared with your ability, what is the percentage of your skills and knowledge? If it is out of 10, how good you are with making and maintaining professional relationship. If anybody score more than 6, I will strongly say that you can pass. And if it is less than 5 out of 10, you may struggle in all these areas. So you can self-score. Okay, this is really interesting Okay. I added this slide after my first presentation. When I completed this in St. Joseph's College, Mulamatam, I don't think I was able to put this slide on that. Then somebody asked this question, what is the salary of social workers in the UK? Okay, I thought, okay, it is interested. Better you know what is the social worker salary. There are 7 career progression in social work. Social work is mainly in the government department job. Starting from social worker, you can go up to a director level. So the salary for social worker, 30,000 to 40,000 pound per year. That is, £1 is now 100 rupee, 102 rupees. So it is 30 to 40 lakhs per year. That means you can earn 2.5 lakh salary per month. That's a good salary. But you cannot take home that one. You need to pay 20% tax and some other deductions. So social worker can get that salary. After 3 years, possibly you can become a senior social worker if you are demonstrating your social work skills. Then your salary will go up to 45 lakhs. Then you can become a team manager. Salary is up to 55 lakhs in a year. Then you can go to a service manager, next one. Then salary is 65 lakhs. Fortunately, with the grace of God, I am in this position now, service manager in children's department. I'm not talking about the money, but I'm talking about the possibility for career progression. Just because we are from India, they will not discriminate. If you demonstrate you can do the job properly, this is equality and diversity and equal opportunity is very well established in the UK. So you can go up to the director level. So next is head of service. It's a senior management position up to 75 lakhs. Assistant director, 90 or 100,000. Director, that is a big boss. Every local authority, government department, councils will have a director of children's social care, director of adult social care, director of mental health. So their top salary can go up to 121.2 crore and even 1.5. So this is the salary structure. Okay, now I am going to talk about important legislations. Can I just ask, because you are all mute, can you somebody say that you can hear me very well?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Okay,
Yes, sir, we can hear.
okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm cautious about the time. I am looking my watch. I will make sure I finish within 50 minutes because social workers is time management is really good for our job. So if I fail to time manage during a presentation, you will say that, oh, how can you work as a social worker in the UK because you are terrible in timekeeping. Okay, I will make sure that will not happen. Okay, the important legislation. If you work for children and family, you must be fully aware of Children Act 1989. That is the basic law of children and family. If you are working in adult social care, Care Act 2014. Previously, it was NHS and Community Care Act 1991 that has been amended in 2014. You can Google and read. I'm not going to explain. I'm giving you the heading. Equality Act 2010. Absolutely important, applicable for all social work practice. Equality Act. Previously, it was Race Relation Act 1979, but 2010 it has been amended because UK is a multicultural community. Human Rights Act 1988, really important for social workers. Data Protection Act 1998, that is amended in 2018 for all European Union countries, 28 countries for the simple law, GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. So that is really important, especially we are getting people's data, sensitive personal information. Data should be carefully managed, otherwise that can be punished. Then Mental Capacity Act 2005, deprivation of liberty. There are a lot of other laws, but these are the main one. So if you are going to apply to a job in the UK for children and family, you must read and understand with sufficient and in-depth knowledge of Children Act. There are various sections. One section I will tell in the later slide, section 47. That is a safeguarding investigation. Okay. Safeguarding is the primary job of social workers in the UK. Safeguarding is protecting vulnerable adults or children from abuse or neglect. Social workers are doing this job with other partner agencies. I will explain who are the partner agencies. Social workers are doing the job with multi-agency partnership work. So police, school, education, health, there are a lot of other. I will explain in the next slide. But basically, if you ask me what is the definition, protecting and safeguarding vulnerable adult or children. So this can be done in different forms. So I will explain how that process is done in children's social care as a model in the coming slide. This is really interesting for you. I mentioned about abuse or neglect, protect and safeguard. UK is a welfare state, but this type of abuse is very common in families. So that is the culture. Because children can be independent when they go to school. There is teenage pregnancy. It's a free country. People can live together without getting married. There is a lot of children, young mothers, 13, 14-year-old. So you will be surprised. So that is why the job of the social worker is to protect and safeguard that type of children. So physical abuse is the first type of abuse, physical abuse. In Malayalam, Sharirika Pedanam. It is not allowed in the UK by any form. Even we can't touch our own children by using a stick. നമുക്ക് കൈകൊണ്ട് പോലും അടിക്കാൻ പാടില്ല. അത്ര സ്ട്രോങ് ആണ് ഇവിടുത്തെ നിയമം. So second one is emotional abuse. Emotional means, you know the meaning of emotional abuse. Sexual abuse, ലൈംഗിക പീഡനം. Neglect, Malayalam, avaganana. These are the four types. If anybody, any children or adult experience any of this abuse, it is a serious offense and mistake in the UK that needs to be investigated by a social worker. That needs to be reported to the social work department or police. So then the other one, child on child abuse. Child means anybody under the age of 18. If a child abuses another child in school or in road or wherever it is serious. And allegation against professionals. Absolutely important. If anybody misuses their position or their power or their trust in their workplace or in the community, for example, teachers, if a teacher abuses a child, any of this form, or a doctor abuses a patient, a priest abuses the clergy, or social worker abuses the clients, is serious. That also needs to be investigated by the social worker and the police. Okay, so in the next slide, I will give some example about physical abuse and sexual abuse for you to have a knowledge and understanding. So this is the way social workers are working. The definition of physical abuse, using physical force. Sorry, my mouse is creating some lines. I'm really sorry for that. Using physical force which results in pain, discomfort, or injury. So that is the definition of physical abuse. So please listen carefully. If a child tells to the teacher, my dad hits me and that got me pain or discomfort or any injury, even any bruise. So that is an offense. Just imagine a parent cannot discipline a child by using physical force. വടികൊണ്ട് അടിക്കാൻ പാടില്ല, ശുദ്ധ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞാല് അത് വലിയ കേസാവൂടെ. അപ്പോ കുറച്ച് definition, hitting, pinching, hair pulling, arm twisting. Arm twisting means കയ്യെ പിടിച്ച് തിരിക്കാൻ പോലും പാടില്ല. So just imagine strangling, burning, stabbing, punching, slapping, beating, kicking. All these actions will be considered as physical abuse. Okay, so deliberate exposure to severe weather. Some parents will punish the children because this is a country, 6 months is very cold. They will ask the child to go and stay outside for 10 minutes as a punishment. No. Or they will ask the child to go and bath in a tub with cold water. No. Serious mistake. So these are the physical abuse definition. And any of these matters reported to the social services, it is responsibility of the social worker to do the investigation. Sexual abuse. Again, interesting to see the definition. Touching in a sexual manner without consent. അനുവാദമില്ലാതെ മറ്റൊരാളെ ലൈംഗികമായ രീതിയിൽ തൊടാനോ നോക്കാനോ പാടില്ല. ഉദാഹരണം, kissing, grabbing, fondling. You'll be really surprised. You have seen a lot of this British people kissing and hugging each other. So you'll be surprised how on earth this is a punishable offense. Okay. With the consent, that is okay. But without consent, without permission, we can't touch. So that is sexual abuse. Forced sexual intercourse, forcing a person to perform sexual acts in a degrading or painful way, beating the sexual body, forcing a person to view pornographic material. So that's again interesting. A child's watch a pornographic material and tells to the teacher in school, okay, I saw that one in the computer. Then teacher will ask, okay, who opened that program in the computer? He said, I don't know, maybe dad. That itself will come to social care department for investigation, because children under the age of 18, they cannot see that type of images in computer or mobile. So these are very important. So the legal age for consent for sex in the UK is 16. Anybody over the age of 16 can give mutual consent for sexual activities, including sexual intercourse. But if anybody touch a child under the age of 16, especially under the age of 13, that is a punishable offense up to 7 years in prison. And that person's name will be permanently included in a sex offenders register. And he or she will be monitored throughout the life. So that is sexual abuse. Any of this abuse, the investigation will be done by the police and social worker. So just imagine the nature and complexity of social work job in the UK. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Human Rights Act. So most of this legislation in the UK is derived or taken from based on the Geneva Convention for Human Rights. You heard about Geneva Convention for Human Rights, and we study in social work. I think it is 1985 or 86. I can't remember, but check. There are 30 articles, and I put 12 articles for information, but any social worker is coming to the UK to practice must read Geneva Convention for Human Rights and the articles. There are 30 articles. I mentioned this Article 3, right to life, absolutely important. Article 5, right to liberty and security. Article 8, right to respect for private and family life. This is the most important one out of 30. Right to respect for private and family life. The reason I am in the UK because of this Article 8, because I mentioned my wife came to the UK as a nurse, and I joined her as a dependent husband after 3 months because of this Article 8. That is the right, human right. So anybody coming to the UK, they can bring their spouse, partner, and children. Just imagine such a wonderful country. Even if you come to the UK to study, and you will get 2 years stay back, and you can bring, if you are married, your husband or wife or children. I think it is an absolute privilege, like a country. So please make sure you read and understand human rights article, all 30 articles. Okay, and I'm going to mention about making a referral for social work department. If you are worried about the safety and well-being of a vulnerable adult or a child, you have a responsibility to report to the police or social work department. There is number, telephone number, and email. You can do that one. Whoever see the abuse first, it is their responsibility. For example, if I see first, if I hear first, then I need to report. And if your observation, somebody told you that you are worried about a child or adult, then the child or adult tells you, or the abuser tells you. Abuser tells means a parent telling another parent that, oh, I am disciplining my child. He's very naughty. He's not doing the homework properly. So I got a very nice a stick from India, and I punish him. I beat him every day. That is a dangerous one. Some of our Malayali families are already on trouble in UK because they brought this Chural Vadi from Kerala to discipline the children. And many families I know, Malayali families, especially Indian families, are on trouble. So every department in UK, in colleges, in schools, in hospitals, there is a designated safeguarding officer is there. So it is their responsibility to make sure any such incidents is reported. So that is the referral process. Do not delay, do not investigate. You cannot investigate, but investigation should be reported to the department and they will be doing the investigation. But the person reporting, the safeguarding officer in every organization, has to carefully record the disclosure or the concerns raised by the child. So this is the referral process. Okay, so they can make self-referral, or a family can make a referral, or a doctor can make a referral. GP means general practitioner. or police can make a referral. Anybody can make a referral. Consent for referral is necessary. So we need to tell to the parent of the child or adult, we are going to make a referral because we are worried about the safety and well-being of your child. You need to say that. Okay, I have 10 minutes to complete. Hopefully, I will be finishing with the 10 minutes. You remember I mentioned about the assessment. That is the main part of the job of social workers, assessment. Whether you work in children's department or adult department or mental health, every department has their own assessment format. This is the children department assessment format. It is called assessment triangle. So child is in the middle, safeguarding and promoting the welfare of the child. And there are 3 sides. So child's developmental needs, social worker will be assessing. There are few areas. Then parenting capacity of the parents, then family and environmental factors. This 1-page assessment template is built to a computer system. And after the visit to the family, the social worker will be reporting their assessment with the conclusion, what is the best for that child. Similarly, adult social care has an assessment template. Mental health, this is an example for children's. Okay, after the assessment, the social workers will be doing the job very seriously. For example, if a child is at significant harms, Malayalam, Gurudaramaya, ഭീഷണി നേരിടുന്ന ഒരു കുട്ടിയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു അഡൽട്ടോ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞാൽ significant harm, then that needs to be investigated under section 47 of the Children Act 1989. If it is against an adult, under section 42 of the Care Act. This is the starting point of the job. Do the assessment, make the conclusion and report. And if it is a concerns is very serious, for example, sexual abuse or physical abuse, beating a child with an injury, then it is a joint investigation with the police. Then advise information and signposting to the parents. What is their right? What is going to do? Then develop care and support plan to support the child or adult. And sometimes we need to remove the children from the care of the parents. For example, if the child is not safe, we need to remove the child and care somewhere. And if they are not in agreement, social worker cannot take the child physically away from the home. So social worker will go to their legal department and discuss the case, and they will advise what to do. If a court order is needed, they will go to court. So many of the children social workers are working in partnership with the department, and they will be going to the court. They have to give evidence in the witness box why they say that this child is not safe in the care of the parents. Then finalize the care plan. Okay, so the possible care plan, social workers will be finalizing their care plan for a child. Similarly, there will be a process for mental health and adult. I'm talking about the children as an example. First, they will be looking whether this child can go back to the care of the parents or any relatives. If they cannot go back to the parents, but parents, we will be looking, okay, if there is any grandparents, uncle, aunt, then they can go and live with them. Court will make an order, example, special guardianship order to the grandparents, or child arrangement order to an uncle or aunt, so child can be safe. If the child cannot go back to the parents, and if there is no family member, so that is the complex situation. We are in a very tricky point. Then we need to make sure child is taken away and under the care of the government. So that is called foster care or residential care. And adoption is another care plan. Any children or child under the age of 5, they cannot be placed in a foster care because the care is needed until their 18th birthday when they are an adult. So anybody under the age of 5, their care plan will become adoption. Heartbreaking. I have done nearly 15 adoption cases when I was a social worker. Can you just imagine, we are going to a family and removing the children from the care of the parents. I remember I removed 7 children from a family. 7 children from 7 different fathers. You will be surprised. That is very common in England. Multi-relationship. They can even not even married. 7 children from 7 different fathers. And 3 children went for adoption because they were under the age of 5. And the other 4 children plan became foster care. So it's a very complicated process, care planning in children's social care. Adoption means they will be given to other parents, parents without children. So heartbreaking. So when you do this job, it's difficult, especially children. Okay, so I think I'm nearly there in 5 minutes. I mentioned about the multi-agency partnership working. Really important. If you're going for an interview, there will be definitely a question. What is your knowledge and understanding about multi-agency partnership work? So if you remain in India, you don't know what is happening in the UK. Who are the multi-agency? So this is the list. Practice GP surgery, general practice, that is doctor's surgery. UK, every family will have a family doctor. Any basic, any fever or flu or any minor illness, first we will go to the family doctor. And if the situation is very serious, the family doctor will refer to NHS hospitals. Unless we can call an ambulance, if we have a heart attack, we will call 999. All other matters will go to the family doctor. So a family doctor will have 500 to 1,000 families in the area. There will be a lot of family practices. So they are the main people having contact. They know what is happening in the families. So they are the main partnership agents, doctors, nurses, community matron, care coordinators. Everybody over the age of 17, UK will have a care coordinator, a nurse. Dementia. There are a lot of people with dementia and Alzheimer's. So they have a specialist team. Hospice. Those who are going to die. Palliative care, that is hospice service. Housing. Because UK is a welfare country, there is no homeless people. Everybody will have a house provided by the government, unless you are able to buy one. Then police, education, probation service. Really important partner agencies. You must have some clear knowledge. Probation service is a government department and service. Anybody released from prison after a prison sentence or a jail sentence, they will be closely monitored. That department is called probation service. Especially, I mentioned, if there is a child under the age of 18 in this family, if a father or mother coming from prison after having a serious offense, murder, a crime against a child, they will be closely monitored. If it is more than 3 years in prison, that person has to go to the probation office once every week and they will be monitored. And social worker will be closely monitored. Then fire and rescue and charity organization. These are the multi-agency partnership work. This is my last slide. I mentioned, if I recap, just go through your memory and recollection from the first slide. The social work registration and qualification and the practice areas and the law and what is the referral process, what type of job we'll be doing, what is the care plan. I think within 50 minutes, I almost covered a topic of an entire work life of a social worker in the UK. Assessment. So I could not do more within 50 minutes. So I'm going to conclude now with this slide. And the next slide, I will give my WhatsApp number and my email address. If you have any doubt, you can call me or contact me, email me. Okay. The last one. If you wanted to come to the UK on an employment route, get the registration with the Social Work England and you can make application from India. Not necessary to come to the UK. If you're lucky, if you're competent, if you're successful in the interview, they will send you a work permit. You can go to UK. But I know many very, very rare, 2 or 3 people so far in my knowledge. But it is difficult because you don't know what is the social work practice, even if you read clearly. But the best way to come to the UK to get a job through study visa route. That is when T&D Global Recruitment is supporting you. You can come to the UK to study for social workers for 1 year further study. You can do any 1 year course so that you will get 2 years stay back. Or if you have a member in your family, brother or sister with a degree, they can come and study social work in the UK, 2 years. The 1 year fee will be 12 lakh to 15 lakh rupee. You need to pay that fee directly to the university. Then if you study 1 year, you will get 2 years stay back, post-study visa. You can work that 2 year without a work permit. That is the beauty of social workers coming to the UK. If you come with the registration, after the 1 year study, you can straight away make application while you are in the UK. There are much better opportunity for you to be invited for an interview. And I am almost sure with your skills and knowledge, which I mentioned in the previous slide, you will be able to find a job in the UK. If you get a job with work permit, within 5 years, you will get permanent residency. So a lot of students are coming, especially social workers are coming to UK on a study visa route. You can work for 20 hours per week. That means 80 hours per month. The basic salary is £9. You can earn during the study 720 pounds because you will be working 20 hours, 80 hours per month, 80 into 9, 720 pounds you can earn while you study. Your expenses will be approximately 400 pounds, 40,000. That means you can save around 30,000 Indian rupee during the first year study. Second and third year, you can work unlimited time. If you want 7 days a week, you can work. So you will be able to make double the fees during that 2 year. If you are lucky and social work registration, you can get a permanent social work job and you can settle in the UK. And T&D Global Recruitment will support you throughout your journey. Career, if you are student visa coming through us, we will help and support you to find a job, not find a job, to find a university, the right course, and our company representative will collect you from the airport. They will arrange your initial accommodation. They will guide you to get a temporary job, where to apply, how to apply. After your study, we will continue to support you, how to prepare your CV, how to prepare your career profile, what are the model questions, social work interview beneficial for you. So this is the way we will help you. I think we are the only agency doing this type of professional service for professional people, especially for social workers. But be very careful. If you're not able to get a permanent social work job after 2 years, unfortunately, you need to come back. So this is end of my presentation. I think exactly 1 hour now. I think I deduct that 5 minutes you have taken to introduce. So we started 10 past 7:10. That means I finished with the 50 minutes as I promised. Now, if you have a pen and paper, you can write my name, my email, tommy.sebastian@tndglobalrecruitment.com, and my WhatsApp number 0044. That is the code for England. Then 77-666-55697. I will keep this slide for the next 15 seconds. But please remember, if you call me, don't call 6 o'clock in the morning in the India, because we are 4.5 hours behind. So just call me anytime after 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning. I'll be working from home because I was working from home for the last 1 year, but still I will be able to attend your call during my break and I can give you a response. If you are able to get an interview, I will help you and our company will help you for interview preparation, even if you remain in India, in Kerala, in Kottayam. For example, if you're not coming to UK, if you qualified for more than 5 years, for example, if you qualified MSW more than 5 years, you may not get a further study visa. Very difficult. But if you qualified less than 5 years, it is more chance to get a study visa. So if you are more qualified, go for employment route, get the registration, apply from India and Kerala, and let me know if you are successful, if you are shortlisted for an interview. Our company, mainly me as a career advisor, we will be able to give you model interview, model questions. And even we can do a mock interview with you. We have a panel of mock interview people. This is all we are doing free of cost, only for social workers. Okay, so thank you very much for listening me. It was absolute pleasure meeting so many people. I can see 87 and it is live streaming, I believe. So there will be people listening from outside, not on this media. So I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks from the bottom of my heart, because it is a wonderful evening. So many people. This is the second highest record of my career guidance. So far I have done for 12 colleges. I finished with Kerala. Now I'm going to the Chennai. Last week I done for Sri Krishna College, Coimbatore, where I have 95 participants. and this is the second highest, 86. But I heard from Lijin there was 135 registration. I think some people are maybe viewing online. Anyway, that is absolutely brilliant participation. I hope this was useful for you. And please give your open and honest feedback by way of message on the comment box, or you can give that message to Elizabeth Madam and the organizers. Thank you very much. You will get the copy of my presentation, a PDF format. Thank you very much to the social work department, especially Elizabeth Madam and Lijin, Dicho and Albert and all the faculty team. I hope this will be beneficial for you. And this is a time there nearly 8 o'clock in the night. Your dinner will be ready. So I like the Kerala dinner, maybe kappa, mean or whatever it is you are going to have tonight. Enjoy your dinner. And we have next 30 minutes for question and answers. Thank you very much. I encourage you to come to video if you can, especially those who are asking questions. It's nice to see people, no? Face, lovely face, smiley face. Thank you very much. Back to you, Elizabeth Madam.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope you all enjoyed this amazing presentation. Now is the time for clarify your doubts. Please unmute the mic and ask questions. Or you can put the questions in chat box.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Tony Padavan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, Tony.
Current ഇല്ല കേട്ടോ, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ്.
Okay, no problem.
നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടില് ഭയങ്കര ഇടിയും മഴയാണ്. ഞാൻ കലയന്താനിന്നാണ്.
Okay, you are from my place, Todupuzha.
Yeah,
I studied in Kalayandani, St. Augustine's. No, St. George's.
St. George High School, Kalayandani.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Me too, sir.
Okay, nice to see you, Tony.
Yeah, same to you. So it was really a wonderful section and very informative, and thank you for your effort. So I have some doubts regarding social. So I have completed my graduation, I have degree in philosophy. So I'm planning to come to UK for my masters in like a social work, MA in social work. As you told, MA in social work is available. We can study in UK, right?
Yeah.
So is it a 2 years of course or 1 year course?
Yeah. Masters in social work, it is called MA social work.
Yes.
You need to do that course. Any degree will be fine, but in your 12th standard, which subject you studied? Did you study English and Maths?
I have studied English, but I have taken humanities actually.
Humanities. That may be an issue because there will be, but in 10th standard, you have biology and science, no?
Yes.
So that is equivalent to our GCSE in UK, General Certificate for Secondary Education. But for nursing and social work, you must have IELTS 7 even for study.
Okay.
But you can get up. But social work course, 2-year MA course is very popular in the UK. You can imagine students from all over the world will be applying. So it is not easy like an MBA course. There will be written test and there will be a very strong interview because there's a lot of competition for admission, unlike other courses. But you can try, we will support. We have few students already in the UK for studying 2-year course. But you must go for 2-year course to get your registration. MSc social work is a further top-up. Those who with the MA social work, they can go for career progression. But if you wanted to come to the UK, you may not get 1-year course. You must have 2-year course. The advantage of having that course in the UK, you will be placed in our social work department, government department for the second year 100-day main placement. You will be working and placing with a social worker for 3 months in second year with us, people like me. So a social worker will help and support you to understand the job. And you will get your registration automatically if you study in the UK. And you will get 2 years stay back. And there is a much better opportunity to get the job directly if you study in the UK.
Okay, fine. Sir, so you were telling about a course like called ASYE, as far as I understood, it is assessed and supported your program,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So is it an extra course?
No, it's not a course. It is not a course, Tony. It is a job guaranteed scheme for newly qualified social worker. For example, if you study social work in the UK, after the study, you can only apply for that route.
Okay.
1 year you need to be a newly qualified social. It is a paid job, same salary, 30 lakhs rupee, but you will be supported for 1 year to make sure you will not struggle during your employment. Because
fine, sir. Yes,
fresh from university, if you have all these complex cases, no, just imagine these physical abuse, sexual abuse cases, you may need support. That is why this country is very clever. They will not ask a social worker newly, okay, come and do the job. They will support you for the 1 year of employment. Yeah, that's a very relevant question. I think that it was beneficial. Thank you very much, Tony, for asking that question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
really
we have 30 minutes, and I am available for any time if it is more than 30, and I am quite happy to remind. Who is the second person? Any more question?
Sir, there are some more questions in the chat box.
Okay, can you read for me? Is there any possibility to study in UK without IELTS? Okay, that question. That is from Sida Lashmi. Yes, Sida Lashmi. If you wanted to come to the UK for social work, you need registration. Definitely, you need IELTS. If you're not going to be looking for an employment as a social worker in the UK, there is no need for IELTS, provided if you qualified in the last 3 years. And if you have 60% mark in English year 12 and 60% mark in degree, you will get exemption. Only if you qualified in the last 3 years. If you have more than 3 year gap from your last study, then you will need IELTS academic 6.5. So exemption is only available for a new fresh graduates. I hope my answer is happy and right for you. Where is the other question, Elizabeth? Could you tell about the scope of, it's not very clear, Geronto in UK. Gerontology. I completed my graduation in economics. After I did MSW, so it's possible to take a social worker related program. If you have already a social worker, a master's degree, MA, MSc, MCom, MSW, you cannot do another master's because dual master's is not allowed in the UK. If you have a master's like social work, you can only do top up or career progression route. You can do any MBA, human resource management. Even people with a PhD, MBA is a route. That's very good. So if you have a degree, you can go for master's. If you have a master's, career progression route, mainly MBA route. Or top up. For example, if you do a psychology top up course, a social work top up course, you can do, but not full time, another master's. Okay, so any other questions? I can't find anything else.
Sir, there is a question in YouTube.
Okay, so can you read for, please?
And so, sir, I would like to do my higher studies in Europe. Can I know the things which I should keep in mind?
Okay, so they're asking about Europe. I'm mainly talking about UK. So there are different law and legislation in other countries like France, Germany, Italy. But our focus is mainly UK. So I can tell about UK. I mentioned you must be qualified in the last 5 years, your degree or master's. If it is more than 5 years, you need to provide evidence that you have been working. Some university will offer for study, but mainly for students qualified in the last 5 years. And 12 to 13 lakhs fee directly to the university. And you must show an additional 10 lakh rupee in your bank account as maintenance cost. That money needs to be shown in your account for 30 days before visa is stamped. You can withdraw that money because that money is needed to establish and prove that you have enough fund in case you are not able to do any work during the first year. So you have financial support. So 13 lakhs, and you will also get 2 lakh scholarship. For example, if you have very good mark in +2 and degree and masters, you will get maximum 2 lakh scholarship. That is automatically we will arrange through the university. 1 lakh is guaranteed. For all students coming to the UK, 1 lakh is guaranteed. I think that is satisfied with my answer. Social work is occupation shortage list. Somebody is asking. Anju Maria. Yes, Anju Maria. You are very clever. A specific category like child and family. Social work is shortage occupation. There are hundreds of professions, doctors, nurses, social workers, dentists, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, radiographers, engineers, teachers, and social work is one of the occupation in the shortage. That means there is not enough people in the UK, so they can recruit from overseas. So there is no difference of specialization. Any specialization, whether you have medical and psychiatry, any specialization you can apply, provided if you have registration. Okay, Asos is asking, without a ELTS, we can take registration in the UK, not Social Work England. No. Social Work England registration, IELTS is must. And all other profession, there is a separate regulatory body. For example, dentist, General Dental Council, nurses, NMC, Nursing and Midwifery Council, Pharmacy Council, and physiotherapist, HCPC. So everybody need academic English 7 to get the registration. Any other questions, Elizabeth?
Sir, there is one more question. Sir, we can we pay our fee in the university if we study the 2-year MSW course by taking the part-time jobs in there? We afford the fee over the academic years.
Okay, that's a really good question. So if it is a 2-year course, for example, if it is 12 lakh rupee for 2-year social work course, it will be 24 lakhs. The first year fee, 50% must be paid in advance. If it is 12 lakh, 6 lakhs to be paid in advance before you come to the UK. And the remaining 6 lakhs, you may get 2 installments. So that is the first year. The second year, similarly, 2 or 3 installments. But you need to show in your account, you have that money. Either you have a fixed deposit, or if you have parents as a gift, you need to show that money in your account. If it is fixed deposit, you can show that fixed deposit received. If it is a bank loan, you have to show the certificate from the bank that they have agreed a student loan. And the 10 lakh maintenance cost, you need to show that one in the account before the PISA is stamped, 30 days in account. Okay, so that is the one. But if you work part-time and if you save some money, that you can use for second year fee. But you need to show that in the account in advance, so that you cannot say that I am going to work and I will give you the money. No, they will not agree. You need to show the money source before you come to the UK for 2 years. So for example, bank will give you a loan first year and the bank letter says, okay, or your father has another 10 lakh in his account, fixed deposit, give a certificate saying that I kept this deposit for my son or daughter for UK study, that is enough. Okay.
Okay, sir, there is another question by Suraj.
Yeah.
Sir, can a fresh graduate apply for a job without any work experience?
Yes, work experience is not necessary. Work experience certificate is only needed if you have a gap. For example, 3 or 4 year or 5 year. Then you need to show you are coming to the UK as a genuine student, not to look for settlement. So you need to show that 5 year or 3 year gap. For example, somebody qualified last year or this year, there is no need for certificate. But if you have a gap for more than 2 years, you need to show that you've been working. And you need an employment certificate from the place you worked. What are the complementary course that can be pursued over there? The 1 year course. Okay, that's a really good question. If you have MSW, you cannot do another MSW here or another master's. Mostly MBA route. MBA Human Resource Management, MBA Hospital and Healthcare Management, MBA. There are a lot of finance, MBA Marketing, but don't go for marketing and finance because it will not relate. But you go for psychology or something related. Forensic psychology is one course. It's a really good course. And counseling psychology is another one. Normally, I recommend hospital and healthcare management because that is very good for social work profession. I get work permit. Can I drop the course? No, you cannot continue. You cannot drop the course. Then if you drop the course, you will be sent back. You will not get 2 years stay back. You will not get a work permit during your study because you cannot apply for a full-time job during the study. Social work is a full-time job. It's not a part-time job. So only you can apply for the job after your study. And also there is a danger. If you fail your exam, you will not get stay back. You will get another 3 months extension. Because UK courses, there is no written test, only assignments, all these courses. That's the beauty of studying in the UK. So some students will enjoy the life in the UK, going to the party and club, enjoy the life, but they will fail in exam. There are few students, but they will get an extension of 3 months. And if they don't pass, unfortunately, they need to come back. They will not get stay back. So take it very serious, study in the UK. Don't think that you can come and enjoy the life. Of course, you will be very clever. You will be enjoying the sunshine and beauty of London. But there are a lot of students enjoying the life. Take it study very serious. Do the part-time job. But make sure and prepared you do any job. You may not get an office job, white collar job. LD clerk, UD clerk type. No. You will be working in a restaurant. You will be working as a cleaner. You will be working in a McDonald's. You will be delivering food by using Uber Eats, by putting a bag on your backpack. You will be bike riding. So this is the way children and students are doing the work in the UK to get money, that 20 hours. Okay. Any other question?
Another question is like, sir, during this corona time, is there any possibility for migration to UK in coming years?
Yes. At the moment, all travel from India because of this pandemic India is in the red list. Nobody can travel to the UK at the moment. So we don't know how long, but hopefully by September admission, because UK study visa admission is mainly January and September. Students came in January. They are already doing online courses. Universities are not, schools are currently open, but universities are still closed. Possibly that will remain closed until September. The academic year is up to 20th of July. So here summer vacation is from 20th of July until 5th of September. So most probably this year, there is no direct face-to-face class in universities because we will know by 17th of May when the lockdown is lifted. Sometimes students will go back on 19th, end of May. If not, they will be going back to the university in September. By the time new admission will be started. So if you apply now, you need to apply before end of 31st of May because the deadline for September admission is 31st of May. And fee needs to be made by 5th of July and interview will be there and class will be on 10th of September. That is the time scale for September. But if you can't do, for example, if you are a final year student, India and your university exam is delayed. If you are not going to get your degree certificate for current students, you cannot apply for September unless you can produce your certificate of completion by 31st of May, but you have to wait until next January. Okay. Any other question?
Sir, there is a question by Shiji Thomas. What is the possibility of getting a visa once the admission is confirmed?
Okay. So I will briefly explain the process. If you wanted to come to study, contact us. We will send you an email with the documents needed. I will briefly explain the documents needed. 10th certificate, 12th certificate, including mark list, degree certificate, copy of your passport, and your CV. If you have any experience, employment certificate. Very important, you must have a reference letter from your college where you studied last. For example, if your last study college was KE College, Elizabeth Madden has to confirm on the heading paper with the seal and your signature. And we will give a model letter. And that letter has to say you are a full-time student, the medium of study was English, course completed or passed with this percentage. That is enough. And you need to complete a personal statement. And we will give you a model. Because the universities will read the personal statement you have written, 2 pages maximum or 3 pages. And they will look your written capacity, written ability in English with the good grammar and language. You cannot ask anybody, but you need to write that one. So that is the main point they will be looking. First paragraph of the personal statement. And there will be 5 paragraphs. First paragraph, you need to say about your background. How old you are, where you studied, your name, where you studied your 10th, 12th, and what extracurricular activities, whether you are a school leader or a house leader, and whether you got any certificates, that type of personal, 1 paragraph. Second paragraph, you need to write about why you selected UK as your destination. So you need to say something about UK is a world-known educational destination with 150 universities. I was planning to study in America, but I changed my mind when I read about blah, blah, blah. Write a paragraph about UK education. Then write why you choose that particular university. TND has contract with 50 universities, world-class universities, and you can choose one first choice, second choice, third choice. Write about the first university, why you chose that university. Then next paragraph, why you chose that particular course. For example, if it is public health, MSc public health, or MBA healthcare management, why that particular course? Then why that university, why that course? The last paragraph, you need to say, after your study, the chosen study, what you are going to do. You cannot say in your statement, I want to settle in the UK, I am going to settle there. Don't say that. Your application will be rejected. Say that I am coming to enjoy the world-class education facility in a reputed UK college, and I want to enhance my knowledge and skills in my field, and I will be coming back to my country of origin, India. For example, I am coming back to medical and psychiatry field, and I will be working in a hospital. But this course will enable me to increase my confidence and knowledge and skills. For example, dentists, social workers, they need to say something. For example, if you are going to work in a hospital, in a mental health hospital, you say that hospital administration, I will be working in close partnership with the hospital administration, and I will be a hospital social worker. And this course, hospital management course, will be a added benefit for my future career. If you say that, it is a perfect personal statement. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we have 10 more minutes left. I think there are a lot of very important and very relevant questions. Anybody, any more questions?
Sir, what about the total amount required for all the procedures, including registration, course fee, living cost, etc.? Okay. Living cost, as I mentioned, you have to show 10 lakh rupee in your account before visa is stamped. Embassy, British Embassy will not stamp your study visa if you don't have 10 lakh in your bank account balance. In addition to the course fee you already paid, or you're going to, for example, if you're doing a 1-year course, 12 lakh is the fee you need to pay university, and you already paid 6 lakhs to the university. That means your account balance should be 6 lakhs for the remaining fee and 10 lakh for the maintenance, 16 lakh in the account, and the evidence of 6 lakh already paid. So that is the course fee. When you come to the UK, when you work 20 hours, you will be able to maintain your expenses by using that 20 hours. But if you're not going to get that job, because there are slightly difficult at the moment because of COVID, but maybe after a few months in September, things will be better. Regarding our fee, we started with no registration fee, and I can tell you what happened. Students will go to different recruitment agencies and study visa agents like Santa Monica. They are very famous. And TND Global is only 1 year old. And we are not spending millions and thousands of money, but Santa Monica is doing. They have branches everywhere. But we are a small company. We are genuine, and we are doing this type of personalized support. And in last year, January, I lost 10 students. I spent hours and hours of giving one-to-one counseling and support. But I got the conditional offer from university. Students went to somewhere else. They did not tell me they are working with other agents. So it was a huge loss, manpower. So we introduced 2,500 registration fee. The first half an hour is free. Then if they need to come for, we will ask them to pay 2,500 to our bank account. Okay, there is another question like, as an MSW PG student, what is the best possible way to get a job in UK without pursuing a degree in MSW there? Okay. So 2,500 is our service charge and registration fee. There is no other fee. Any other questions? At the moment, I can see 60 participants. I think it was 86. Somebody already left. I think this is the time people will be hungry. Lijin, shall we conclude then?
Yeah, yes, sir. I think Albert is ready. Albert?
Okay, if no more questions,
yes, I am ready.
If no more question, we can conclude the
Yes,
session.
I think we are almost. Oh, what a absolute timekeeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good evening, all of you. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and about what makes this universe see. Be curious, and however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you don't just give up. We are social work students. Our one of the ultimate dream is to get a job in foreign countries and settle down. In this COVID pandemic situation, we are tensed about our future. This situation, our respected Mr. Tommy Sebastian take a beautiful and brief class about job opportunities and procedures for job in foreign countries, especially in UK. It was really helpful for every student. In this moment, I really convey my gratitude and love to Tommy sir. Thank you, sir, for this valuable section.
Thank you very much.
Head of the department of our college, Miss Elizabeth Alexander. Ma'am is the backbone of this program. Thank you, ma'am, for the support, care, and attention. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Albert.
Our ASSUM coordinator, Miss Dolly Thomas, she do a good homework behind this program. Also, our all teachers in social work department, they give full support to this program. Heartfelt thank to Dolly Miss and all teachers in our department. Thank you. My dear student coordinators, Father Lijin and Dijo, really give a great effort to this program. Words are insufficient to thank them. Heartfelt thank and lots of love, my dears. And also thanking to all participants of this program. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Okay, can I just compliment something, my experience working with the KE College? Because I worked with a number of colleges in Kerala, Loyola College, Trivandrum, St. Joseph College, Mulamattam, Mar Agostinos College, Ramapuram, Amrita College, Kollam, Ideal College, Palakkad, Mercy College, Palakkad, and so many other colleges. And I think the way I see the organization and the teamwork is KE College is absolutely brilliant. Because we had a dummy meeting today morning. I don't know whether you will believe. Myself, Lijin, Dijo, and Albert had a meeting to make sure the system will work. The live streaming is going to be successful. And the credit goes to the team, especially Lijin. When I spoke to Elizabeth, madam, she told me that Lijin is a multi-talented and skilled young person. And I should not call him Lijin because he's a priest. I don't know many people know that. He's not saying that he's a priest, but he's a newly ordinated priest of CMI congregation. I'm really pleased. We need priests like you, Lijin, who is an asset for an institution like a college and a real role model for your congregation and for the entire community of the college. So well done, Lijin, and your team, especially Elizabeth, madam, and your absolute brilliant leadership. And I look forward to work in partnership with you, the college. If I need a follow-up program like this, in a short discussion group, I can arrange whenever you need. Please feel free to contact us. And any participants you need a one-to-one help and support, please email or call me on my number. Have a good night and good evening. Enjoy your day, rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your nice words. Dear participants, we will send the details about this presentation and the slides to your WhatsApp group, and also make sure that you fill the feedback form immediately. So thank you. Have a nice day, and thank you, sir. Thank you all the participants.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. And definitely we can continue in association with TNT Global